Morning guys. What we're going to talk about this morning is how to properly hang or suspend your hammock between two trees. Now with most hammocks, you're going to want somewhere between 11 and 15 steps between the two trees you're going to use for your hammock. Maybe another step or two depending on the size of the tarp that you have, so that you can suspend a tarp or fly a tarp over the top of that hammock. But somewhere between 11 and 18 steps is more than enough. If you can find a hammock that has the suspension system built in to the hammock package, like this one does, and this is a prototype Pathfinder hammock, but it has suspension straps that are built into the system. So in the bottom of this bag, there are two straps. Now this is a brand new system. So when I repack it, I'll pack the straps on the top so that I can put the straps on the tree first without having to pull the hammock out of the bag to do that. So this will be the only time I have to pull these straps out of the bottom. After this, they'll always be on top. Okay, so this time, like I said, I've got to pull the hammock out first, and it's attached to the pocket, all right? And the straps are in the bottom, and the straps are generally just two straps that go around the tree. And there's two straps here that are about 1 inch wide, and they're just rolled up together, and I roll them up separately, again, when I repack. So what you have here is you have a loop that's sewn into one end of the strap, and then you have a very long strap, and you just loop it around the tree and put it through there once or twice depending on your preference, and I'll show you how to do that, and then we'll attach to the hammock. Stay with me. Okay, start about head high with your strap. If your trees are further apart, you'll have to hang your straps higher. If your trees are close together, it's generally lower. But start at about eye level. Pull it around one time and pull it all the way through the loop, just like this. Now, if you want a little extra security on the tree to make sure it's not going to move, come around the tree one more time, put it through the loop again, and pull it down. And that'll give you kind of a constrictor type knot around that tree that'll keep it from moving at all once your hammock's hanging from it. It won't slide up or down the tree or move on you at all. Then you go to your other tree and do the same thing. Now the type of hammocks that I like to use have what's called a Dutch buckle on them. And those are real convenient for hammock setup, because all you do is take the strap that you put on the tree, you feed it underneath the buckle like that, and then over the top like that. And then you just cinch it down to the desired length that you want. And we'll talk about that when we talk about hang angle in just a second. Okay, now you may have to go back and forth a couple times adjusting these straps to get the angle that you're looking for here from the tree. But in general, what you can do is you can just make this point with your hand, and this angle here will be about 30 degrees. And that is optimum hang angle. So if you put this below the strap and it runs along this line, then that angle is going to be about 30 degrees right there, and that's what you want. So that's what you're looking for. And that eye level height will give you your hammock set up so that when you get in it and it sags a little bit, it will be at about the level of a stool or a chair, which is what you want so you can sit in your hammock properly. Now the last thing you want to do with this, once you get your hang angle adjusted where you want it, the last thing you want to do is you want to come in here and pull a half hitch into the strap. So just get yourself a loop, put the line up through the loop and pull it down tight, just like that, in a slippery hitch, so that it comes undone very easily. When you're ready to take the hammock down, you can just pull that slippery hitch out. It'll come undone all by itself, okay? So you want to make sure that you've got that slippery hitch in there. That's very, very important. So once you've decided where your hang angle is going to be, you've pulled that up and you've measured that hang angle on the tree, come in here, get a loop, put a loop through it, and put a slippery half hitch in there, just like that. And that will keep this from sliding at all on you. You want to do that on both ends of the hammock. Once you've done that, you're really ready to come in here and test your hammock. So just kind of sit down in it slow the first time you hang it. Make sure that everything's going to hold. Okay? Kind of look at the way it's hanging. If one end is higher than the other, if you're in the middle of the hammock and one end is a little higher than the other, I like to put my head toward the higher end. There's differences in opinion both ways. Some people like their feet a little higher than their head. They say that it keeps their feet from swelling at night. I find that if I sleep with my head too much lower than my feet, I wake up with a headache in the morning. Once you've got that, just get yourself into the middle of the hammock, push the fabric forward to get yourself in the middle of the hammock, and just lay down inside it, just like that. And if you've got a good double hammock, you should be able to easily lay on your side and side sleep in this hammock at a diagonal, or you can lay straight down in the middle of it as well, either way. And it should be a comfortable place for you to sleep. Hammocks are one of the best night's sleep I've ever had in 3 seasons. When you get into 4-season hammock camping or cold weather camping, you have to add quite a bit of accoutrements to the hammock, like under quilts, top quilts, better closed in shelter tarps and things like that to make them comfortable for a 4-season type shelter. But for 3 seasons, no question, a hammock and a simple underquilt is probably the best system with a tarp that I've ever used in eastern woodlands.